The story begins in a mysterious school where we see a lot of 10-year-old girls playing and doing their random stuff. Among them are two girls, Sophia and Vivian, who are discussing their future. Sophia asks Vivian about what will she do at her new home after adoption. Vivian replies, "I will spend my entire day just looking at the moon." In reality, all the girls in this school have been here since childhood and they have never seen the outside world or the moon. They have been told that the outside air is poisonous and everything is unclean, but inside here everything is safe. Suddenly a bell rings and all the girls form a line near the wash basin. One by one they wash their faces with the soap while looking into the camera. In the line, Sophia accidentally bumps into the girl in front of her due to her weak vision, causing her jar to fall. Sophia frantically searches for the jar, but her blurred vision hampers her efforts. Witnessing Sophia's struggle, Vivian leaves the line and assists her in finding the jar. Just then it's Vivian's turn in line, but she delays in front of the camera, triggering the alarm. Guards rush in and begin escorting her away. Tearfully, Vivian pleads, I'm clean," and begs Sophia to tell them what actually happened. However, Sophia remains silent out of fear, and the guards take Vivian away. Afterward the scene shifts to level 16, where all the girls have turned 16 years old. They are watching a lecture on TV, in which a lady is telling them that a clean girl is always attentive, loyal, patient, follows the rules without questioning, and anyone who doesn't do so becomes an unclean girl whom no one desires. This lecture is a daily ritual for these girls, after which it's time for them to sleep. As they settle down to sleep, a girl named Ava attempts to gossip about the behavior of other girls with Vivian, but Vivian simply responds with a good night before drifting off to sleep. During the morning assembly the next day, we meet the school's headmistress Brixil, who is known for her strict demeanor. She is so strict that girls are not even allowed to raise their head in front of her. She extends her congratulations to all the girls for progressing from level 15 to 16, which is their final level. Brixil informs them that soon wealthy families from all around the globe will visit to meet and potentially adopt them. This news fills every girl with joy, but still no one dares to raise their damn heads. Following this, Brixil divides the girls into 4 sections: Rose, Lily, Iris, and Daisy. Rita, Ava and Vivian are assigned with the Rose Hall. Upon arriving in their room, they meet more girls there, including Sophia, whom Vivian no longer speaks to due to Sophia's betrayal in level 10. Vivian asserts herself as the leader of the Rose Room, selecting her favorite bed to sleep on. After that, all the girls eat their meals, and then Vivian goes straight to the washroom. As soon as she comes out, she encounters Sophia, who wants to talk to her about something important. However, Vivian threatens her and tells her not to follow her. Then, like every day, all the girls gather for the assembly, where Brixil informs them that many wealthy families will soon be coming to meet them. That's why Brixil gives every girl a beautiful dress so that they can fit into high-class society. The news fills all the girls with joy, and Brixil even allows them to sleep in these dresses at night. Everyone is extremely pleased, except for Sophia, and Vivian also notices her expressions. The next morning, Sophia attempts to talk to Vivian again, but Vivian straight away refuses to engage. Despite this, Sophia persists, urging Vivian not to take the vitamin tablets which school is giving them. Vivian is taken aback, wondering why Sophia is saying such things. Just then Ava interrupts them and Vivian has to go. Later the bell rings, and as per routine, all the girls line up to take their vitamin tablets. Vivian goes through the motions, taking the tablet, but discreetly spits it out in the bathroom. A sudden wave of fear washes over her as she comprehends the gravity of her actions. That night, after everyone settles into their beds to sleep, Ava, who used to bid Vivian goodnight every day, doesn't do so. Vivian, sensing the absence, bids Ava goodnight instead, but there's no response. She tries calling her several times, but still there's no response. Just then, Sophia rises from her bed and explains that no one in this room can wake up, they are all in deep sleep due to the effect of the vitamins. However, Vivian argues that vitamins prevent diseases and keep them healthy and clean. Sophia reveals that these are not vitamins but sedatives. She instructs Vivian to pretend to sleep when the guards come inside because if they catch them waking up, there's going to be a huge problem. Vivian insists that guards aren't permitted to come inside. Just then, there are footsteps at the door, and Sophia rushes back to her own bed. Brixil enters the room with 2 guards and selects 2 girls, one of them being Vivian, who pretends to be asleep. They are taken away into a different room, where the guard, upon laying Vivian on the bed, touches her inappropriately before departing. Afterward, Brixil ushers in an elderly wealthy couple, showcasing both girls to them. She tells them that this is exactly what they wanted and explains how their skin has never been touched by even a ray of sunlight since childhood, and their skin remains young and fresh, making them an ideal match for the affluent family. The wife, whose face bears the marks of time, scrutinizes herself in the mirror. Her husband asks her to choose a girl she prefers. However, the wife, without much interest, opts to purchase the first girl who is not Vivian. Following this, the guards escort Vivian back to her room and leave. Sophia hastily approaches Vivian and bombards her with questions about where she was taken and what happened there. Vivian tells her that they didn't want to adopt them, they wanted to buy them. Sophia is shocked to hear this and insists that this is their final chance to escape from this place. However, Vivian argues that there's nowhere to go outside, as the air is poisonous. Just then footsteps return to the door, and Sophia swiftly retreats to her bed. This time, the guard leads Sophia to the same place and puts her back after a while. The next morning, they meet in the school's washroom where Vivian asks Sophia when she stopped taking the vitamins. Sophia reveals that she stopped at level 13. She goes on to say that she should tell the other girls the truth about this school and will rebel against the school, but Vivian advises against it because they might get into trouble, as they still have no solid evidence. Later, a doctor visits the school and administers a special vaccine to all the girls, safeguarding them from diseases. Eventually it's Vivian's turn, and the doctor speaks to her in a gentle tone. Vivian points out the sleep scabs on her back, prompting the doctor to apply some ointment. He kindly advises her that her face is the most important and that she should take care of it if she hopes for a good family to adopt her, before sending her away. Later, the girls are shown a movie, the same one they watch every week. While everyone watches it happily, Sophia and Vivian are concerned about something else. Later that night when all the girls are asleep, Sophia and Vivian resume their conversation, brainstorming ways to escape. Vivian suggests that they need one of those shiny cards that guards and Brixel use to open the doors. Sophia proposes that they should also involve other girls in their plan, but Vivian taunts her, refusing to involve others and claiming Sophia will never understand since she has never been punished for helping someone. The next day, while all the girls are sitting and playing, one girl suddenly falls ill and vomits. The others quickly distance themselves, accusing her of being unclean and suggesting that they should call the guards. However, Vivian, being the rowdiest in the room, denies them to do so and helps the girl. Afterward, Sophia approaches Vivian and shows her hand where she has developed rashes due to the injection. Vivian reassures her that it's normal. She then suggests that maybe the doctor could help them escape because he had spoken to Vivian nicely and she found him trustworthy. But Sophia questions how Vivian can still trust anyone in this school. She reveals a horrifying secret. Since she stopped taking the vitamins at level 13, every night while all the girls are asleep, the limping guard comes in and inappropriately touches all the girls, including her multiple times. Just then, the bell rings and it's time for all the girls to watch a grooming session on TV. Afterwards, Vivian heads to the doctor, because she still believes that the doctor might help them. She begins asking him numerous questions about the school, which strikes the doctor as odd. He inquires if she's been taking her vitamins properly. Vivian hesitantly replies with a yes, and the doctor administers another injection, asserting it's an additional vitamin dose, but in reality it's sedatives. Following the injection, Vivian starts feeling lightheaded and her head starts spinning. While planning to steal the card with Sophia, Vivian speaks loudly due to the effects of sedatives. This irritates Ava, who is jealous of Vivian, and she goes on to complain about Vivian on telephone that she is not behaving like a clean girl and is talking loudly. The following morning during the assembly, Brixel takes Vivian away, locking her in a small cage, saying, "Spend your time here reflecting on feminine virtues, otherwise this cage will be last thing you ever see," and leaves. Later when Brixel is in her room, the doctor hugs her from behind, revealing that they are a couple. They discuss their investor who is quite angry because their company is facing losses. The doctor also reveals that he is a very dangerous man. The scene then shifts to the room where all the girls are sleeping. Just then, the limping guard sneaks into the room and starts touching a girl inappropriately. However, suddenly Sophia attacks him from behind, knocking him off and steals his card. She runs straight to Vivian and attempts to use the card to open the cage door. However, her attempt fails due to an access denied message. Left with no other option, she assures Vivian that she will return soon before running away. Vivian cries out after her, pleading not to betray her again like in level 10. The following day, Brixel, in a furious state, takes Vivian out of the cage and brings her to the assembly. There, she accuses a classmate of abominable behavior and stealing a valuable item from the school. She claims they checked her belongings, but didn't find the item, implying that the culprit must have given it to someone else among them. Brixel states that if the person who has the item comes forward, they will still be considered a clean girl and won't be punished. In reality, Brixel is talking about the card Sophia stole from the guard the previous night. However, despite her stern warnings, no one steps forward. Then the doctor in his anger yells at them, expressing their disappointment that the school treated them like a family, providing food and other facilities, only to be repaid with such aberrant behavior. He declares that from now on, each girl will receive punishment every day until the item is returned. He then instructs a guard to take the first girl away. Even during the vitamin session, Brixel personally ensures that all the girls take their vitamins properly by observing them closely. She even checks Vivian's mouth to confirm she has swallowed the vitamin. That night, Vivian fights drowsiness by pricking herself with her hairpin to stay awake. She searches everywhere for the card, convinced that Sophia might have hidden it somewhere to help her. Her belief proves true when she discovers the card tucked in her bed. She attempts to use it to open the door, only to find that its access has been revoked. Disappointed, she slumps to the floor, but then a sudden idea strikes her. She uses the card to unscrew the door, and with the screws removed, she successfully escapes the room. Vivian goes straight to Brixel's room, but Brixel is not surprised as she had already heard her footsteps and was waiting for her. She calmly invites her to sit, assuring that she is not going to harm her. Vivian inquires about Sophia's whereabouts. Brixel expresses her surprise that they are still friends, revealing that they had separated their rooms at level 10 specifically to sever Vivian's bond with Sophia. Vivian aggressively questions Brixel about Sophia's location, and in response Brixel attempts to intimidate her with the injection, stating that Sophia is downstairs and she is fine. Brixel adds that she will be leaving this place forever tomorrow and they don't have to tolerate her anymore. However, suddenly she attempts to inject Vivian, but Vivian fights back, managing to inject Brixel with the substance instead, and steals her card away. Vivian ascends straight to the top floor, where she sees the moon through the window for the first time. The sight fills her with a mix of wonder and desperation. She contemplates opening the door and making a break for it, torn between the choices of selfish escape and helping Sophia. However, after a brief moment of internal struggle, Vivian decides to help Sophia and starts descending downstairs to look for her. After searching for a while, Vivian finally finds Sophia in a red room, covered with a white cloth. They hug each other, keeping all their past differences aside. Vivian swiftly retrieves a sharp object and cuts the rope binding Sophia's hands. In the same room they discover 3 body bags laid out on a table, one of which has Rita's name on it. As they unzip the bag, they are shocked to find Rita's body in it with her skin completely gone. This horrifying sight terrifies the shit out of them and they are left shaken to the core. Sophia decides to rescue all the girls in the school, instructing Vivian to wait for her. However, Vivian opposes the idea, warning that the other girls not gonna believe them, and they might end up getting caught. Sophia states that the school had trained her to live in fear her entire life, but she won't be scared any longer and won't betray her friends like she did in level 10. After some convincing, Vivian finally agrees but insists that she won't wait longer than 1 hour. After that, Sophia goes into each room, brandishing the stolen card and convincing the girls that Brixel has sent her to summon them. Meanwhile, Vivian, growing restless while waiting, starts exploring other rooms downstairs. In one room she finds a TV displaying an advertisement for the Vestalis Clinic, where Brixel explains how they can transform their old and worn-out skin into new and youthful skin through surgery. Watching this ad, a sudden realization dawns on Vivian. She understands the sinister truth. This is not a school but a clinic where they remove the girl's skin and transplant it onto others, profiting from the gruesome process. It becomes clear to her why they always emphasized washing their faces and staying clean. On the other hand, Sophia is struggling to convince everyone that this is not a school but a prison, and how they brutally killed Rita. However, no one believes her. Just then Vivian enters the room with Brixel, stunning everyone. She asserts that this is neither a school nor a prison. It's a farm where they raise the girls like sheep and make money by selling their skin. However, Ava, still loyal to the school, defends it, claiming that the school saved them from the poisonous air and poverty outside. This angers Vivian, and she compels Brixel to tell the truth to the girls. Brixel, in tears, admits it's too late and nothing can be done. It's then that Vivian notices a surgical mark behind Brixel's neck, indicating that Brixel is also wearing someone else's skin on her face. Brixel confesses that she was only helping the doctor in his experiments because he is a genius. She reveals that he also performed his experiments on her, and she's not just the school's administrator but also the doctor's wife. With this revelation, all the girls finally believe Vivian, and together they put Brixel in the cage. Vivian tells her to spend her time reflecting on feminine virtues, echoing the same words Brixel had said to Vivian while locking her into the cage. After that, the girls rush to the top floor, swing open the door and dash outside. The alarms blare, and guards immediately give chase. All the girls successfully run far away except for Sophia due to her weak vision, and Vivian helps her. However, before the guards catch them, they lock themselves in a room outside. The doctor also arrives there and tries every possible means to persuade Vivian to open the door. But Vivian isn't fooled by his persuasion. In anger she asks him, "What price have you put on my face?" The doctor, showing his true colors, replies, "I've invested 16 years in this project and won't gonna leave without you." Upon hearing this, Vivian smiles and cuts her own face with a knife. The doctor screams in horror, but the damage has been done. After that, the guards capture the doctor and drag him to the investor. Gunshots are heard, indicating that the investor has killed the doctor. Vivian and Sophia fall asleep there, and the next morning, the door opens. It's the police who came to their rescue and found their whereabouts due to the escaped girls. For the first time in their lives, Sophia and Vivian step into the sunlight, feeling its warm rays on their skin. And with this, the movie comes to an end. Subscribe to the channel if you think Doctor deserves a lifetime cage with Brixel. See you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.